Once upon a time, in a cozy little cottage at the edge of a busy village, there lived a kind-hearted old woman named Granny Agnes. Granny Agnes was known far and wide for her gentle spirit and her magical pot of sweet porridge. Every day, Granny Agnes would place her magical pot on the stove and fill it with fresh water and a handful of oats. With a wave of her wooden spoon and a sprinkle of fairy dust, she would say some magic words, and the pot would begin to bubble and simmer. As the sweet smell of porridge filled the air, Granny Agnes would scoop out bowls of hot porridge for herself and her neighbors. The porridge was so delicious and satisfying that people from all parts of the village would come knocking on Granny Agnes's door. "Please, Granny Agnes," said Mary. "I've heard tales of your magical porridge, and I've come to see if it's true." Granny Agnes smiled warmly and welcomed Mary into her home. She showed her the bubbling pot of porridge on the stove, and invited her to have a taste. Mary eagerly accepted a bowl of porridge and took a careful spoonful. The moment the smooth porridge touched her lips, she knew she had never tasted anything so delicious in her life. With each bite, she felt warmth and comfort spreading through her body, filling her with happiness. From that day on, Mary became a regular visitor to Granny Agnes's cottage, always eager for another bowl of sweet porridge and the company of her kind-hearted friend. Together, they shared stories, laughter, and moments of joy, creating loved memories that would last a lifetime. As the years passed, Granny Agnes's magical pot of sweet porridge continued to bring happiness and comfort to all who tasted it. And though Granny Agnes eventually grew too old to take care of her pot, her legacy lived on, with Mary sharing the gift of sweet porridge with future generations. In the cozy little cottage at the edge of the busy village, the legend of Granny Agnes's magical pot of sweet porridge lived on, reminding all who tasted it of the power of kindness, generosity, and the simple joys of sharing a meal with loved ones. Mary had taken Granny Agnes's wisdom to heart and learned the art of creating magic with simple ingredients. She taught her children and grandchildren the same magic words. Soon, the cottage was bustling with laughter and the sweet scent of porridge once again. The delight didn't stop at the cottage door. Mary began inviting her friends from the village to join them. Every evening was a celebration, with people gathering, sharing stories and dreams, and indulging in the cozy embrace of friendship. Mary used the gatherings to teach the children about kindness and sharing. Together, they learned to help one another and always be generous. They discovered that sharing the simplest things, like a warm bowl of porridge, brought joy beyond imagination. As time went by, people started coming to Mary for more than just porridge. They came seeking advice, warmth, and the feeling of being part of a big, loving family. Mary's little cottage became a hub of community spirit.